Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? How's it going? How's everyone feeling? I have to tell you, last week my nervous system was just on high alert. I felt super sensitive, super triggered, like I was agitated. I couldn't calm down. I couldn't get into my grounded state. I was really I felt like I haven't felt in years of just like an extreme trigger kind of feeling around me. Um, Now I feel much better. I feel much more grounded. But let me know, did you all have this experience? To me, it really correlated with the solar eclipse. Like the day of the eclipse, I was fine. But it was the next 3 or 4 days, I was a total, it was a total mess. So much so that on Friday night, I was sitting home so triggered. I mean, I also had my own things going on that were kind of causing extra heightened trauma trigger. I have complex PTSD, so certain things can really get me in a dysregulated state. But it hasn't been so bad as I've done a lot of healing work and grown and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, it was all bets off on Friday, and I was just thinking, what could I do? And the image of a singing bowl, sound bowl came to me, and all I wanted to do was sit and do the with the sound bowl and ground and chant and ground my energy. So the next day I went and bought one. So we have it to do with our toning, and I'm so excited. It is so great. It is so grounding. I love it. These are not cheap. I was like, oh my God, they cost a lot of money. I was first intending to get a crystal one, and the shop I went to had all, but I was also like, oh, if it's crystal, it's much more fragile, and I am very clumsy, and it's bigger, and it's harder to store, and all these kinds of things. So I went for a Tibetan, I think this one's from Nepal, sound bowl, because it's much more durable, and I can take it around with me places more easily and all this kind of stuff. But I really love the crystal ones as well. But this one's super nice. And it's nice because you can hold it in your hand and then it vibrates. You can feel the vibration in your body. But as I was sitting there Friday night, so triggered, and I was like, why? This is too much. This feels like, I know that as we go through this ascension process, where all our stuff is coming up and there's all these symptoms as we're grounding more light in and our bodies are adjusting to this higher vibration. But this felt too much. I was like, this is really extreme. I don't understand it. I don't understand why I am so so triggered at the moment, why my nervous system seems so frazzled and so on edge. So I decided to actually practice what I preach. And because I actually, I do a lot of this toning work, and I try to, talk to animals. I'm very try to be very in tune, but I don't actually communicate so much with my spirit guides anymore in a very, in an intentional way. I just figure whatever information needs to come through will come through to me. But I was like, no, I'm going to see if I can actually communicate with my guides. So this was very cool, because when I first went through my spiritual awakening 2 years ago, this was my main goal. I wanted to be psychic. I wanted to channel. I wanted to talk with my guides. I wanted to know everything. And I did some automatic writing and things like this every day. And then I realized this is kind of not the point. And I worked on more just living my life in a more embodied way and grounding energy rather than reaching for all the answers and trying to escape through spirituality. But so it was interesting. So I decided to ask the question to my guides, and then I just quieted my mind and I let whatever wanted to come through, not even knowing if anything would come through. And so I did that. I asked why my nervous system is so on edge, what is actually going on. And the answers I got, which came through I would say after 30, I just kind of sat maybe for 30 seconds to a minute, and then some words and images came in. And what I got wasn't the explanation that right now, because of all this high frequency energy and because of this ascension, our nervous system is literally like growing new synapses. Like we're like we're literally like almost like re generating like a whole new nervous system that can, you know, take in this like more expanded, this higher vibrational information. And so it's like all these little, so I saw like a little, like almost like a hair or something, or a pin with like all these new little scraggly things coming up. But it's, you know, it's like with anything that's kind of newly forming, it's really raw and on edge, and you know, will be like more sensitive to everything. It's like, you know, it's like all of a sudden, you know, if your hearing like got really sensitive and you're like every sound feels like, you know, like super overwhelming, that is what is happening to our nervous systems. And then and so I was like, okay, what can I do about this? Like what is the solution? And the phrase that came through, it's like, was that I need to tune myself like an instrument. Like everything needs to tune to the same frequency. It was almost like everything in my body was kind of working at different vibrations and frequencies, and I somehow needed to bring it and like a tuning fork, like tune myself to a vibration or a frequency, which I thought was really cool and made a lot of sense to me. It was almost like I could see all the little like hairs and synapses and whatever nerves like going in their own direction almost, and then they showed it like all uniform, like coming into this like same frequency so that they could align. So that was the information I got. I hope that helps someone who's watching this. And it coincides with the information to buy a bowl, because we can like tune ourselves to this frequency, right? And train ourselves to these frequencies. So I hope, I hope that makes sense to you. It's really hard to explain. You know, when like impressions come in and words and images, and it's like kind of makes sense to me, but I can't really, they're hard to like explain because it's not really, it's more of an energetic impression than like, oh, here is a detailed explanation of what this is. Okay. Let us get into our toning. If you're new here, I tone and sing and bring through vibrations that have light codes and grounding and healing qualities. It's totally channeled. Whatever wants to come through in the moment comes through. And I encourage you to sing your own songs with me. Like, you don't have to follow, but you can improvise, you can listen, you can move, you can do whatever you want, you can breathe. But first, we will all do some 3 deep breaths together just to come in to alignment with one another and with ourselves. So we'll breathe in through the nose, hold, and sigh it out. Breathe in through the nose, hold, and sigh out. Release whatever needs to be released. I feel like I'm in such a loving place today. I'm just gonna sigh out love. Okay, breathe in through the nose. Hold. And sigh out all your love to everybody and to yourself. Great, let's start toning. I'm gonna use my new bowl. We're gonna see how it works. Let's see, hold on. Look at it. Oh, this is hard because I like to close my eyes, but if I close my eyes, I can't really like see what I'm doing. Let's see. Take 2. So breathe in. A test. I don't know how I felt about that. Oh, it's going. Let me know in the comments what you experienced. If you like that, or were like, I was changed it for me because instead of being able to just go into like a more of a trance channel state while I'm singing, I was like focusing on the bowl, and then also the tones couldn't go where they wanted to as much because then we have like a tonal center as well that's happening. So maybe I'll do more like shorts with the bowl, bring through some chants and things. That's where I think I'm really enjoying it. Like I sometimes channel mantras and things like this, and I think that's really helpful with the sound bowl. Maybe for the this kind of improvisational toning to bring through light codes and stuff, it's not as useful. But I am curious to know what you think, and I'll see how I feel about it when I watch it back. I guess that's the nice thing about having such a small but beautiful viewership, that I don't have to worry so much about, you know, having a dud of a video, even though I try my best at all times. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's get this collective energy reading. Oh, what's happening? What is happening? I don't think I'm gonna use this. Okay, I need to focus. What information wants to come through for the collective? Spirit, bring us your information to the collective. Oh yes, bring us your information. What information wants to come through? What information wants to come? Okay. 5 cards fell out. We're just gonna read the 5 cards, and then I'll see if I want to use this video, cause I'm not feeling great about it. Yeah. Tower. Cool. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. We are going through our tower moment as a collective. Everything built on a faulty foundation is falling apart, and it's scary and destructive, and we feel like we're in a free fall. But of course, if we just allow the things that need to fall away, and we give our energy, you know, we stay out of the fear frequency, and we know that this is for the eventually a much better world, then it doesn't have to be so scary and destructive. And then we have the Hanged Man. So there's like a pause so that we can shift in perspective. So maybe the energy now is this kind of maybe we're in a bit of a like a holding period, so that we can get our head around what's happening and change our perspective. 7 of Swords, there's lots of cheating and deception and duplicity that's coming out. However, we have the Ace of Cups, which is a new emotional beginning, a new emotional path. It's also love and creativity, but it can also mean like overflowing emotions, like big emotions right now. And then it ends with the Fool, which is a new beginning and a new journey and the start of a new path. So yeah, we're in the chaos right now. We're going through it. We're having some big feelings about it. It can be very unsettling and disruptive, and there's a lot of tomfoolery and mishigas going on, but it is all leading up to this new beginning and a new path and a new chapter starting. That's nice. Ooh, and Justice is at the top of the deck. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right, I'm gonna leave it there because I don't know. No, it was great. I am where I am. Thank you so much for watching this. Please like and subscribe. Not all my videos are this kooky, but some are. So that's me. Yay! Okay. Bye.